So we've got Betsy here, and she's been on Pointe a little while now. She's got very flexible feet and ankles, but good control with them. She's got sway backs, as you can see. And we have a variety of models that work on her feet. I'm going to show you guys now. Today we're actually going for Super Triumph pre-arched. As you can see, it's very nice for control around the sides of the foot. The higher wings on flexible feet are a really nice addition sometimes. Her very first shoes were Nova Pros. Then we had 3007s. And yeah, now we have Super Triumph. If you'd like to take a little beret for us. And as always, I'm not going to talk to you about the attributes of the shoe because you can find my videos in high detail about that. If you'd like to face us in parallel now, let's just look from the front and step apart a little bit. And now turn out to first position. Very good. And then go side on in parallel, whichever side you want to do first. And now do side on from parallel the other side as well. Very good. And now let's do parallel from the back. And now let's turn out to first. So we get a little bit of extra fabric on Betsy's feet with any shoe because of the way her foot bends and her heel gets more narrow. So we do get the extra fabric, which obviously, as many of you fitters know, we can make more smooth by placement of ribbons and elastics. And in a custom, we can also alter it as well. Fabulous. So I wanted to just show you what Betsy looks like without pointe shoes on, because I know a lot of people request what kind of foot type did the dancer have and that kind of stuff. As you can see, Betsy actually has slight bow legs. So it's important with dancers with this, they control it. Can you see she's got excellent control? She knows how to wrap and how to bring her legs together to where they should be. So this is very crucial. If you ever get a first timer with pointe who has bow legs and hasn't learned how to control their legs, please speak to the teacher to ensure that they've got a plan in place to make their alignment, you know, more secure. So let's look at the type of foot shape Betsy has. So when you look at her from above, she's got quite broad metatarsals and she tapers down towards the heel. If you just step apart in parallel for us. And she has the gap between big toe and second toe, like I've got. So we always wear a toe spacer. She also has very short toes. And very important with short toes, as we know, not to go too long in the vamp. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to roll through their shoe correctly and other kind of problems. Now, if Betsy, you stand parallel, so this way, first of all. Now, when you look at Betsy when she stands up, she's got very good control of keeping her legs straight and her knee kind of activated. She has slight sway backs as well. If you take a rise on demi pointe for us, and as you can see, she has a lot of ankle flexibility. And she's very stable with it. She's not sickling, she's not rolling in or out. She's very controlled with it and pulls up extremely well, which is wonderful. And then roll back down for us. And then if you face the bar for us in parallel position. Now from the back, as you can see, she's got an Achilles tendon that is very prominent, but her heel is, can you see the shape of her heel? So when she goes on pointe, this is why we get a lot of excess fabric as well. And then if you roll up on demi pointe, and then when she goes up, her heel contracts and she gets a lot of shorter, kind of narrow heel placement. And as you can see, she's got a lot of a high arch. And then roll back down for us, and then turn out to first position. And she's got wonderful turnout, which obviously we need for pointe work, and then roll up onto pointe. And I just want to show you her arch shape. So her arch breaks very high. So it's very important that the shank gets into her arch and isn't going to be twisting, or, you know, it isn't going to be snapping. It's got to work with her foot. So it feels supportive to her too. And then roll back down. Very good. And then just face us in parallel again, actually. And this time around, take a roll up onto demi pointe again. And as you can see, because she really knows how to keep her weight over her toes and she's not rolling towards pinky, just pull your legs together like your knees. Yes, there we go. See, now she's corrected it and she's proper straight. No issues there, very strong. She's a really good kind of one to show you that flexibility in a dancer can be controlled and there can be strength with it. Her weaker foot is the left foot in the metatarsal, but we're working on that. But for in terms of a dancer being flexible, roll back down for us. In terms of a dancer being flexible, she has excellent control and she really works on it. Whereas some dancers that are flexible tend to banana over very easily and be like Bambi on ice on point. And here's Betsy in Dream Pointe 2007 pre-arch. It looks really beautiful on her, but unfortunately it's just a little bit, it kind of makes her foot banana too much. That's the best description I've got for you. So in this one, I would probably custom it, make the vamp a bit higher, possibly change the shank as well. If you'd like to take a little bourrée. Very nice, and then do parallel this way, side on. So as you can see, she goes over even more and it's just a little bit unstable. If you do parallel the other direction, just be very careful. Very good. And then do parallel facing the bar. And now turn out to first position. And now can you turn us towards us in parallel as well? Very good. Turn out to first. Nice. And now we have Miracle. This was in our shortlist actually. As you can see, it gives her more support than the Dream Pointe did. Take a little bourrée. Very good. And then face us in parallel position. And turn out to first position. And now go side on this way. And now do side on the other way. And now do facing us in parallel, if you can. Let me just move that. Very good, and turn that to first position. Nice, now let's see from the back in parallel. And turn that to first position. Very nice. So here we have Novas, if you'd like to take a little bourrée. And then if you face us in parallel this time, looking good. And then turn out to first position. Nice. And then do parallel one side. And now do parallel the other side. Nice. And face the bar in parallel. And now turn out to first position. Very good. And now we have 3007s. These ones are a little bit big, just so you guys know if you're looking at the size. If you'd like to take a little bourrée. Very good. And then face us in parallel this time. And now turn out to first position. And now do parallel one side. And now do parallel the other side. And now face the bar in parallel. And now turn out to first position. Very good. Great, so there you go. We've just shown you another variety of models. So Betsy, how did our decision of the Super Triumph feel? Did it feel like the best one out of the bunch for you?
Yeah, well, it was took a lot longer than I thought. We were like matching all of them, trying all of them.
It's always great, isn't it? Because there's always a different selection of models that works for one dancer. And it's so nice to have such variety. Wonderful. So stay tuned for the pictures.